Millwall fans, good evening. Good evening, welcome to the Gut Reaction with me, Jay Thomas, at that Millwall podcast, where it has just ended at the Den. I've just left the Den and it's ended Millwall 1, West Brom Albion 1, as if you couldn't write it. The last several games have been a draw, and today was very much the same. Wet day, cold day, you know, and we expected a response after that demolition in midweek. And after the first sort of 20 minutes, I think we got that. Alex Neil made 2 changes from the team that lost 5-1 to Plymouth on Wednesday. He took out Kamil Negley, brought in Femi Aziz for his start after impressing at Leeds, and when he come on against Plymouth, he set up Joe Bryan for the goal. And dropped out George Saville and put Billy Mitchell in. And for the first 20 minutes, I thought we was pretty good. I thought we attacked well. We was getting some crosses in. The set pieces were much better. Beating the first man, they had a bit more zip on them. And we looked a bit threatening. And it's a good goal to open up the scoring. Jake Cooper, it's a sort of, we've got the ball around the edge of their box and we keep it there, and we're looking for the second ball. And it comes out and it looks like it's handball. And it, from what I've been told, it was a clear handball. But it rebounds out, it goes out to Kundal, knocks it back to Kramer, who then feeds Aziz, and Aziz just whips it. Lovely ball in. It's a great cross to the back stick, and Jake Cooper's there, and he just beats his man, just overpowers him and nods it down past the keeper. 1-0 in the first 20. You think, you know, we're looking good. Kundal's linking up pretty well. He overlaps the ball. It's a really good play down that left-hand side, and the ball comes across and Kundal dummies it, and Casper Denore takes a touch and just puts it wide, and then it turned, and West Brom come at us. Jed Wallace got the Millwall welcome after, you know, every time he touched the ball, it was boos, it was, you know, greedy CUNTs and what have you. And we made life difficult for Jed Wallace, but it was Jed that was involved, and Dean Garner that controlled the game from 20 minutes on. We didn't really look like putting a foot on West Brom, and they got the equaliser. It's a nothing ball into the box. We look like we're in good position. The shape is good, and it's just brushed off of a West Bromwich Albion player onto Joe Bryan, and poor Joe Bryan has his second goal of the week. You know, in fantasy terms, that'd be good points, but not when they end up in your own net, and that's what it's done. It's an own goal from Jake Cooper, from Joe Bryan, excuse me, and it's 1-1. And then West Brom just keep coming at us, and we look like we've lost our legs a little bit. We look a bit nervous. We look a bit shaky. Dean Garner picks the ball up and he starts dictating the play. And West Brom come at it again and have a breathtaking shot that smashes the underside of the bar and then goes back out. And another opportunity that just trickles wide, and you're thinking, here we go. We could have been 2-1 up, and now we could be 3-1 down. And that was the nature of the first half. Just get in at that first half, that half-time whistle, and regroup. And we did, and we come out, and the second half was a little bit scrappy from both teams. I thought we didn't really trouble them that much. They didn't really trouble us until the changes reigned. And West Brom, they made some changes, and this probably affected West Brom in a negative way, because the changes they made, they took off some pace and some flair. They took off Armstrong, they took off Dean Garner, they took off Jed Wallace, they took off Callum Styles, and they brought on lumps, big lumps, so they can knock it forward, and that suited us. We brought on Kamil Negley to try and dictate the play, get his foot on the ball, try and weave in and out of those pockets. And we brought Honeyman and Saville on to add a bit of grit and a bit more legs in midfield. And it worked for us after West Brom made them changes. We looked a better team. It was countless crosses into the box, countless opportunities where we should have shot. And this is the thing that annoyed me, in that we're dickying about with it on the edge of the box, and we're trying to get it out wide all the time, even when it's already gone out wide and it's come back in. Just have a shot, just lash at it, someone have a dig. And we had a couple of opportunities. Tanganga finds himself free at the back stick, just on the edge of the 6-yard box, and he headers it into the keeper, who bobbles it, and it just misses Connolly. And then Kundal again, Negley works his way inside. It's really good play from Negley and really quick feet. Works his way inside, as a shot goes through bodies, and the keeper parries it, and Kundal just can't get on the end of it. He takes a touch, the keeper knocks the ball, and everyone's called him for a penalty. It's not a penalty. And that was that. And we had a few corners to see the game out, and you know, we ended the better team, but their keeper was brilliant. I thought West Bromwich Albion's keeper kept them in that game. We had you know, we troubled him at times, But we looked better. You know, it was a response. You know, we probably could have got 3 points from that game, but you know, it was a response. You don't, you know, if you lose 5-1 in a game, in any game of football, the least you want is a response and to play better. And we did, and we looked okay on the ball at times. I thought Crammer, who struggled mightily against Plymouth, I thought it was a terrible game against Plymouth. I thought he did okay, but lost his legs again in that second half. But, you know, he's not a right back. That's a 6'4" man running down that wing, and he tried his best. I thought Connolly didn't help him in the first half. I thought that was our weak link. Connolly was not stretching the field. He wasn't giving Crammer enough of an option. But like I say, the changes we made in the second half really opened it up, and West Brom really made negative changes in a way. I felt if West Brom kept the players on and kept their tempo and their pace inside their squad where they was playing within the channels, I thought West Brom were probably good to go and nick that game. But you know, look, it's a point. It's a point, and any point in this league is good, especially against a team in the top 5. And you've got to look at the results around us. Luton lost, Derby lost on the TV last night, Hull got a draw. You know, you've got to, at this point of the season, we're still not mathematically safe. And I know that might sound silly, you know, a couple of weeks ago with 4 points off the place, 11 points off the drop. But you have to take it at face value and take it for what it is. And you've got to look at this as a positive result, because right now it's just about getting points and bettering the teams below you. And if that means that we get a point, fair enough. If that means that we get a draw every game from now to the end of the season, fair enough. As long as that when we get mathematically safe, you know, that's good. That's a good season for us. The rest of this season is just about transitioning. Got a lot of young players, a lot of new players, got a new manager. We still haven't embedded his style in yet. You know, he spoke about that on Wednesday, about turning the dial too much. And you know, we've got to be understanding of that. But look, it's a point gained. It's a point gained, in my opinion. It's a response. That was all I wanted to see. A response. Just don't lose again. Don't lose again. You know, after that on Wednesday. But they gave man of the match to Jake Cooper. Yeah, he was probably thoroughly deserving of it. I thought Aziz probably would have rivaled that. I would have personally given it to Aziz. I thought Casper played pretty well in the middle. I thought Billy did okay without really any of the midfielders penetrating through the ranks or through the channels of West Bromwich Albion. You know, I thought everyone other than that was okay and fairly solid. So, yeah, man of the match was Jake Cooper. Got to give it to Aziz for me for his creativity and what he did, getting up and down that left-hand side. Some of the balls he put in. But, look, like I said, point gained. We move on to the next one. We've got Derby away. Go and beat Derby, and I feel a little bit more comfortable about us being safe. But for now, it has ended. Millwall 1, West Bromwich Albion 1, and yeah, we'll see you for Sunday's debrief. Catch you on the next one. Come on, you Lions. Boss.